Just as the sexual wound shapes your bonds invisibly, the emotional wound guides the way you love, like the invisible threads of karma, tying your choices to the unresolved. What if the love you offer is nothing but a silent echo of your wound? What if, every time you feel rejected, you are not reacting to the other, but to a memory, ancient, stored in the deepest part of your being? Carl Jung, a seeker of shadows, said, "What you do not make conscious becomes your destiny." And Louise Hay, a compassionate soul, whispered, "You can love yourself enough to let that inner light set you free." Today, in this sacred encounter between the lotus and the fire, we will unite both voices, as if they were the petals and fragrance of the same flower. And Osho revealed it with a clarity that silences thought. In his book, The Book of the Ego, he reminds us, the ego is a wound. It is the wound of not being loved. And that wound demands recognition, approval, to become somebody. The ego, then, is not the enemy. It is only the mask of the unacknowledged wounded soul. It is the maya of an identity born from fear. This content is also rooted in that understanding that what wounds us does not need to be fought, but understood. As Osho taught, what you see clearly disappears, and when it disappears, only you remain, without defense, without character, without weight. No one taught us to look at our wounds with the tenderness of a sannyasin, even less when those wounds bear no visible scars. Only a young, innocent soul who learned to swallow their tears so as not to disturb the silence of the home. The emotional wound does not scream. It hides. It wears disguises. It hides in your relationships, in your way of attaching, of self-sabotaging, in how you confuse the need for approval with love. Jung showed us that those emotions we believe forgotten become shadow, and that shadow, beloved by Shiva and feared by the mind, is what directs your life. If you have not chosen to look at it with awareness, do you find it difficult to set boundaries? Do you abandon yourself so that others don't abandon you? Do you mistrust, even when nothing threatens you? Then you are not choosing. You are reacting from an open wound, like a crack in your awareness, when you were little and crying was judged as weakness, or being yourself was too much. You learned to mistrust your own emotion. That's how the wound was born. And now, as an adult, you seek to be seen as if that were love. You are drawn to those who do not choose you. You move away from those who stay. And you believe that is destiny. But it is not destiny. It is only your unconscious performing maya. Louise Hay used to say, "The point of power is always in the present moment. Healing is not going backward. It is to look with the eyes of the soul at what you never dared to feel. The body remembers. The skin holds the uncried tears. The chest preserves memories like silent codes. And where once there were words, now there is silence. Perhaps you are repeating old samskaras, not because of weakness, but because no one taught you how to release the past without carrying guilt for it. Today, we will do it together. Like in a satsang, let us work on acceptance. Repeat silently within. I am willing to let go of the need to suffer in order to feel loved. Today, I release the past with love. My wound does not define myself. My inner love does. Your worth does. Not depend on who loved you or didn't. You do not need to be approved to feel complete. You do not need approval to simply be now. Close your eyes. Place your hands over your heart as one who offers a silent mudra. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 3 times. Feel the sacred weight of your body upon the earth like a temple surrendering to the now. With each exhalation, allow a layer of pain to be released, as if the breeze of the Ganges were brushing your memories. Now repeat. Peace already lives within me. Calm resides in my being. I am returning home. Visualize the subtle being you were in childhood, that innocent soul that still lives within. You look at them with the eyes of a Buddha. Say gently, "It was not your fault. I am here to hold you. You are no longer alone." Let them come closer. Embrace them with your soul. And as you do, feel how that ancient pain dissolves, like incense before the flame. Imagine a golden light wrapping your heart. That light is your new intention, to live without carrying what others failed to give you, and repeat, "I am at peace. I am home. Myself is my refuge." Remain for a few moments. In that silence, if tears come, let them fall. They are liquid blessings. You are releasing. You are remembering. You are returning to yourself. Repeat, "I allow myself to feel without guilt. I can be gentle and still be strong. I walk with myself in compassion. My heart is a temple worthy of dwelling. I choose relationships that nourish, not drain me. My worth is intrinsic. I no longer beg for love. I am love. I am ready." 2. Receive from abundance, not from lack. My emotions are not threats. They are sacred guides. Your emotional wound is not a punishment. It is a threshold, a door, the entrance to your true freedom. Jung saw it in your shadow. Louise embraced it with compassion. And today, you integrate it, awareness and compassion, like Shiva and Shakti, because healing is not forgetting. It is remembering without pain. Here too, the body and soul fragment, until you decide to return to yourself. Are you ready? Jung taught us to descend into the basement of the soul, to look at what we feared to see, the shadow, the trauma, the unspoken. Louise taught us to speak to ourselves with tenderness, to transform guilt into forgiveness and fear into softness. Today you do not choose between depth or compassion. Today you choose both, because healing is not choosing between feeling or letting go. Healing is feeling in order to let go. Jung held up the lantern over your wound. Louise offered you the balm, and today you take the step, the most sacred step, to look with awareness, to embrace with love, because there is no real transformation without passing through pain, and no true rebirth without tenderness. You are no longer surviving. You are beginning to live from your truth. Jung said, "The soul knows what it needs to heal." Louise said, "You are the medicine," and today you are both, the one who dares to look into the shadow and the one who chooses to love themselves after seeing it.